Hello everyone, it's DiegoDoom here, and today I'm bringing you another review. Today I'll be reviewing Soul of Chogokin GX-52 Getter 1. This version of Getter 1 comes from the 1998 OVA, Getter Robo Armageddon, also known as Change Getter Robo. After the events of the Moon Wars, Ryoma Nagare is framed for the murder of Dr. Satomi. Later, Dr. Satomi is resurrected with an ambition that threatens humanity. After their battle with the resurrected Satomi, 99% of the world's population is lost. 13 years later, the re-emerged alien invaders return once again to threaten humanity. From the wreckage of the catastrophe emerges Shin Getter Robo. So, if you all have not done so already, definitely check out the OVA Getter Robo Armageddon. It is absolutely fantastic. But nonetheless, Soul of Chogokin GX-52 Getter 1 is another fantastic release in the Soul of Chogokin line. Getter 1 has a fantastic sculpt, fantastic paint applications, fantastic accessories, good articulation, and a fantastic amount of diecast content. This figure is absolutely fantastic and definitely very nice, very neat, and very cool. So first, let's take a look at Getter 1's accessories. Now let's take a look at Getter 1's accessories. Getter 1 comes with two pairs of holding hands, a pair of open hands, a pair of Getter tomahawks, a pair of Getter machine guns, one Getter beam accessory, and one stand. So first, let's start with the open hands here. So Getter 1's open hands are very nicely done here. They have an absolutely fantastic sculpt and a great paint application going on here. Now these are cast in a very vibrant red, so it's definitely very cool here. A great mechanical sculpt going on, a very robotic hand. Now I do wish they would have done some panel lining here to make these joints pop a little bit more, but still, it's all very cool. So absolutely fantastic there. So, next we'll take a look at Getter 1's holding hands, and these holding hands are meant for the Getter tomahawk here. So these hands are very nicely done, the same mechanical profile, very nicely cast, and these hands hold the Getter tomahawks very securely, so it's absolutely fantastic there. Definitely very cool. The next pair of holding hands that Getter 1 comes with are his Getter machine gun hands. Now these are pretty much just like the Getter tomahawk hands, except the index fingers extended some, so very nicely done here. Definitely cool. So, how these hands attach are via our ball peg system here. Now, I must admit, it does take quite a bit of effort to swap the hands, but it's kind of comforting to know that, once your hands are attached, they'll be there very securely. So, we have Getter 1 here with his ball joint peg. We have the hand here. We're just going to force that right on there, and it does take a little bit more effort than we're normally used to. It will pop into place. So, there you have it. Pretty easy swap and definitely very cool. So, the next accessory that Getter 1 comes with are his Getter tomahawks, and these are absolutely fantastic and definitely very cool here. Very nicely done, absolutely manga and show accurate here. What I also like is it seems to be done in a metallic gray or maybe a dark metal, or not dark metal, but dark black paint here. So very nicely done here. A nice metallic tip too for the axe, so absolutely fantastic here. Definitely cool. Now, as I mentioned before, the tomahawk holding hands hold the tomahawks very securely here. So, go ahead and slide that into the hand there to demonstrate that. Get a little bit of focus going on there. So, all we have to do, slide that right in there. You'll see it does take a little bit of force and effort, and that lets you know it's going to be in there pretty snug. So, there we have it. And that kind of poked me a little bit. So, definitely cool there. See? We're shaking this and it's not wobbling or getting loose at all. So that's absolutely fantastic there. So the next accessory that Getter 1 comes with are his Getter machine guns. These are a very neat accessory here. These are wonderfully done. Now, once again, this could have benefited from having some panel lines going on here to kind of make this pop a little bit more, but still, this is a very cool accessory here. So as you can see, you have the nice barrel here on the inside. Pretty cool there. Also, this handle here actually moves, and this is to indicate whether this is going to be used as a chain gun here or a machine gun. So definitely very cool there. And also, the stock on this gun actually extends too for, we'll say this is for maybe machine gun mode, and this would be more like the chain gun mode. So this is absolutely fantastic. A very nice scope going on here. So this is very nicely done. So, the holding hands for the Getter machine guns actually support these guns very well also. So, to put these in, we're just going to have to kind of force the handle in between the thumbs and the forefingers here. So get that in there, and as you can see, let's see if we can get that all the way in. Get those fingers up there. There we go. As you can see, this grips the gun very well. So this is absolutely fantastic here. Definitely cool. So the next accessory that Getter 1 comes with is his Getter Beam accessory. So this is pretty simple here. As we all know, Getter 1's signature move is the Getter Beam, and this piece actually fits into Getter 1's stomach here. So very nicely done, a very nice metallic green going on the inside, and you can actually see ridges on the inside of this piece. So this is very nicely done here. So how this attaches, we'll grab Getter 1 over here. All we're going to do is just kind of push in this space on his stomach here, and that will slide right in. So let's go ahead and put that in there. And that's pretty much it. And that looks pretty cool there, and that definitely gets the message of the Getter Beam. So absolutely fantastic there. Very nicely done. So the final accessory, and one of the greatest accessories of all for this set, is the signature and stylized stand here. So as you can see, the stand is very nicely done. There are spots to hold all the accessories, so that's pretty cool there. Then also, Getter 1's name is very nicely plated on the front here. So we have Soul of Chogokin Getter 1. A very nice texture going on here. Now this isn't metal, this is some type of chrome material, but still very cool. As you can see, there is some embossing or insetting going on here. So this actually protrudes out just a little bit. So as you see, so it has to be chrome. You see that my fingerprints are kind of smudging here, so I have to wipe that off later, but still. As always with the Soul of Chogokin line, they always have very great stands. So this is very cool here. Absolutely fantastic. Looks very nice on the shelf when displayed all together. Pretty cool there. So, now that we have Getter 1's accessories out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the Getter 1 figure itself. So now let's take a look at the Getter 1 figure itself. Getter 1 has a fantastic sculpt, fantastic paint applications, good articulation, and a fantastic amount of diecast content. So first, let's start with the articulation in the head. So Getter 1's head is on a type of ball joint here, so he can look left, he can look right, he can look up, he can look down. Also, the upper chest here can actually move, so he can look pretty far down and pretty far up. So it's very nicely done there. The arms feature some very nice clicky joints here, so very nicely done. Now this seems a little bit soft. It may be my figure, but there's definitely some firm clicks going on here. Pretty cool. The arms come out about 90 degrees. In the lower forearms here, you have a very nice bend going on here. Pretty cool there. The hands are on a ball joint, so you know we have this great swivel going on. Pretty cool there. And Getter 1's center torso here, there's not much to speak of in terms of articulation. So there's no waist movement there or anything like that. Now, in the legs here, Getter 1's legs can move forward and back just a tiny bit, but the real innovation, this figure is constructed just like the GX-45 Shimmazinger Z in the terms that you can actually extend the legs here. So we'll pull that down. Now we have extended the range of motion in the legs here very significantly. So now we can move the legs out to the side very much, forward a lot, and to the back a lot. So that's very cool there. Very nicely done. Also, we have great double jointed knees going on back here. So we'll bend this back, and we're going to push this tab in. And now we have a double jointed knee for our Getter 1. Definitely cool. Now, one thing to note also, do be careful when you're bending these knees because you do run the risk of scraping paint on the back here. So do handle that with care. In the feet here, Getter 1's feet initially have just a little bit of movement there, side to side, up and down. It's okay. But like with the GX-45, we can actually extend these foot joints here. So we're just going to pull that out. And now we have a great range of movement for the feet here. So this is great for establishing dynamic poses. So definitely very cool there. So in terms of Getter 1's sculpt, it is absolutely spot on and absolutely fantastic, as well as the paint applications. So as you can see in Getter 1's head here, spot on sculpt going on. Very nice green metallic paint for the face panels here, as well as the chest. And this is cast in a very vibrant red here. Nice silver and nice grooves going on for the, we'll say these are something like antennae here on the side of Getter 1's head. So we can get some focus there somehow. So very nice groove. Nice groovings going on up here at the tips of Getter 1's, I guess we'll kind of say these are horns or extensions on his head here. Very nicely done there. A very great sculpt through and through again. With the blades here, these are fairly sharp, so that's always cool there. Now they are actually plastic, so that's okay. Very nice sculpt going on here. Definitely cool. Now I do kind of wish that they would have included some screw hole covers, because when you spin him around, it doesn't look bad, but you know, it just doesn't look all that well. but still a very cool figure. Now also too, I would have liked for them to maybe done a little bit more panel lining. You see the line here in his bicep here, as well as some on his forearms there, but still, it's a great figure, just a little bit of panel lining. I'm pretty sure you can kind of do that yourself if you wanted to, but I'm not going to because I don't want to ruin my figure. Still a great figure. Absolutely fantastic. Now, one thing to mention, I wouldn't necessarily consider this an accessory, but I did mention an accessory part of this review, and this is the Getter wing here. Now, this is just one solid piece of molded plastic with tattered edges to simulate, the torn wing that Getter 1 sports in Getter Robo Armageddon. So this is very nicely done and definitely manga accurate as well as OVA accurate. So how this attaches, we'll grab Getter 1. I'm just going to tilt him forward a little bit, and there's a slot here for this wing. So we're just going to slide that right in there. Get that in as best you can. It's not too hard to do. Get that in. And now we have Getter 1 with his Getter wing. So it's absolutely fantastic. Now, one thing, I removed this initially for this part of the review because once the Getter wing's attached, it does kind of limit the articulation. So still very cool. So now that we have the Getter 1 figure out of the way, let's go ahead and conclude this review. To conclude the review, Soul of Chogokin GX-52 Getter 1 is another fantastic release in the Soul of Chogokin line. Getter 1 has a fantastic sculpt, fantastic paint applications, fantastic accessories, good articulation, and a fantastic amount of diecast content. This figure is absolutely fantastic and definitely very nice, very neat, and very cool. I highly recommend that everyone picks this figure up. Also, if you haven't done so already, definitely check out the OVA Getter Robo Armageddon. It's absolutely fantastic. This has been another review by DiegoDoom. Thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for more figure reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe.